the filibuster, for people who might have just tuned in and don't know what we're talking about, is the ability of a small number, in some cases one, Republicans, or certainly a minority, fewer than 50% of the Republicans, to block legislation arbitrarily. I mean, just they don't even have to give a reason. They can just say, nope, not going to have it. And a lot of good legislation has died in the Senate because of this filibuster rule, and you want to change it so people have to, well, you tell us.
Well, at one point, the filibuster was an issue of deep personal principle, but now it's become an instrument of partisan politics. So the entire minority caucus says we will back up the filibuster, that is, not give votes to close debate, and then you're just stranded, you're just paralyzed. And we see this time and time and time again. All of the time that the Senate should be working on the issues, the big issues facing America, is spent being paralyzed, and it so frustrates Americans. It's no wonder that we're in such low esteem.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so one key piece of this is to say, listen, if 41 vote for additional debate, then you have to actually have additional debate. You can't vote for it and then just sit back and wait for the majority to put together a supermajority. You have to make your case before the American people, before your colleagues. The American people and your colleagues can weigh in on whether your argument is good or bad, whether you're a hero or you're a bum. And it's the belief, certainly my argument, is that if you have to spend time and energy to filibuster, you won't filibuster trivial things, hopefully. That's the hope. And second, the American people can judge and weigh in and help their senators decide whether they should support it or oppose it. And I think on so many issues, the DREAM Act, the Disclose Act, the President's jobs package, the pay equity, I think we would get 60 votes to shut down debate if the public could see what was going on.
Yeah, these were all pieces of legislation that were killed by Republican filibusters in the Senate that should have passed, that should be law right now, and you want to modify that. You and Tom Udall and Elizabeth Warren, if I have that right, and a group presumably of other senators, but you're kind of the tip of the spear.
There's probably a dozen folks who have contributed really a lot of time and effort to this effort.
So, and then I understood that Senator Carl Levin from Michigan has been working with John McCain on a more watered down version. I'm not going to ask you to trash your colleague, but how, do you have any sense of how this is going to play out, and which of these two, your vision or Senator McCain's vision, what's going to happen, and when does it happen?
Well, first, let me tell you, Senator Levin is a huge champion. His subcommittee on investigations does enormously tremendous work. He was my key partner on the Volcker firewall, trying to separate lending banks from hedge funds, which is so important to America.
Okay, he's a good man.
But on this issue, we disagree. He believes that just by more rigorously enforcing the existing rules, we can force the Senate to move forward more quickly. However, the proposal he's put together doesn't address the secret filibuster. It doesn't require folks to actually put their hand out there in public and say, yes, I'm obstructing, there's been 41, I'm going to make my case on the floor. And in addition, it gives the minority a big gift, which is additional guaranteed amendments, something that they don't have right now. So if you don't take away their key tool, and you give them additional gifts that can be used as poison pills in the process, then I think it just reinforces the paralysis we have right now.
Right. So which way is Leader Harry Reid, Senate Leader Harry Reid, going, or do you know? Or I went to his website and sent him an email. I called his office and left a message just as a citizen. I think that he represents all of us in America as the Senate Majority Leader. And I'm encouraging my listeners to do the same. Any sense of where this is going, and what should people who are listening to this conversation right now do to support your efforts to reform the filibuster in the Senate?
So Leader Reid is wrestling with putting together a package. He's pursuing two courses, negotiations with the Republicans, looking for the possibility of a 67-vote pathway or a 60-vote pathway, which I'll explain in a second. And he's also looking at a package that he feels is right, that he will rally 51 senators around, and that would be without any Republican support. So he's exploring both. Because of the Hurricane Sandy and the fiscal cliff, the caucus really hasn't processed these issues. The body of the Senate hasn't. And so what I expect him to do is to keep the session, to recess tomorrow, on the first legislative day to recess rather than adjourn and basically say we're going to pursue this rules debate when we come back on about the 22nd. If he does that, we have a couple weeks to really have the conversation that we need to have.
So in other words, I mean, the Constitution basically says that the Senate and the House, but in this case the Senate, sets its own rules on the first day of its new session. I thought the first day of the new session was tomorrow, was Thursday.
Yes, so the Constitution just says each house can set its own rules.
Oh, it doesn't say the first day.
But it doesn't say first day. So the first day has gained resonance because of the logic that you set the rules before you start the game.
Right.
Like, a game of softball, you don't change the rules in the third inning. You do it at the front end. And in addition, there's kind of a Senate tradition of having these arguments, these discussions of rules at the beginning. So for those reasons, that's why the first day is deeply anchored. We call it the constitutional option, not because the Constitution says the first day, but because the Constitution says you do have the power to organize yourselves, and that's something traditionally that happens at the beginning. But what people can do now is they need to weigh in with their home state senators and say this paralysis is unacceptable, and having the paralysis be silent and hidden so that all the public sees as a quorum call is unacceptable. That if people are going to argue that they need more time to debate, they have to debate, and so the public can then weigh in. So call up your senators, ask for the talking filibuster, that is critical to have in this package, and to have an overall a robust reform of the filibuster.
Yeah, I referred to it in my emails as the Merkley filibuster, but talking filibuster sounds just as good. Is there a website for this or anything like that?
Fixthefilibuster.com.
Thank you. It's
a way to directly weigh in.
And filibuster is spelled with one L, right?
That's correct.
Okay, fixthefilibuster.com. All right, and anything further you'd like to add to this at this point?
Well, the package should include eliminating the filibuster on the motion to proceed, because that's a debate over whether to get to a bill, not a debate on a bill. So it doesn't enhance debate to object to holding a vote.
Right. So and this is what you're proposing.
Yes, and we should get rid of the filibuster on going to conference committee because that's after you've passed the bill and you just want to start negotiations. There shouldn't be a hurdle in place to start negotiations with the House. It used to be everything went to conference committee. You worked out your differences. You brought them back. Now we've had only half a dozen in the 4 years I've been here. It's just too hard to get to them. There's 3 filibusterable motions and a huge invitation for the continued paralysis, politics of paralysis that the Mitch McConnell's been practicing.
Yeah, I was in a meeting with Harry Reid a couple of months ago, and he made the comment that Lyndon Johnson had been Senate Majority Leader for the same number of years as he, as of probably this point in time right now, 6 years, and that Harry Reid has had to deal with almost 370 or something like that.
It's over 390 now.
Over 390 Republican filibusters, and Lyndon Johnson in those same 6 years, when he had the same job, dealt with one Republican filibuster.
One, that's right.
It's just incredible. Just incredible. So fixthefilibuster.com, Senator Jeff Merkley, and call your senator's office, and if you have a local office in your state, also call that, whatever it may be. We need to get this thing done, and we really do need to fix the filibuster. This sounds wonky. A lot of people, you go filibuster, they go, what are you talking about? Their eyes glaze over. They don't know what but this could be the key, literally, it could be the key to the 2014 election.
So many folks, when they hear filibuster, they picture folks standing on the floor. They
Jimmy Stewart.
Inherently understand that's what you should have to do. You should have to spend time and energy to block a majority vote. Let's make it so.
Yeah, absolutely. If a senator believes strongly enough that a piece of legislation is bad, that even though the majority of the Senate wants it, they want to stop that legislation, let them stand up and make an eloquent case for that and try to change the minds of their peers.
Yes.
But right now, basically, they can just say, in secret, they can say, stop it, and then they can go to dinner, right?
Yeah, they simply object to a simple majority vote, and then there's no requirement. There never has been a requirement to speak.
Yeah.
But the reason they spoke in the past is because they believed if they obstructed the Senate, they had a responsibility to make their case.
Right. Well, responsibility and modern-day Republicans don't go in the same sentence. I know you're too much of a gentleman to say that, but I will. In any case, Senator Jeff Merkley, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Tom.
I much appreciate it. FixTheFilibuster.com. Be sure and check it out. We'll be right back.